Tyler Sperry, y'all. When you blame a president,
that wig is strong as fuck.
we can do their due diligence. If you a parent and you let your child go by a lake and you don't know the weather, you the problem.
Girl, shut up.
Land your plane, seriously. Land your plane.
Your wig at.
Now Johnny Walker.
Somebody need to get her
Y'all
rock.
be good. Now Johnny Walker slowing it down.
Okay.
Now, Matt and Trent, I want you to understand that is your sister in arms. I want you to understand that is who you are in lockstep.
But I need to get a chance to hear what. Never mind, because I don't know if she's.
We heard her submission.
Let me be the judge of that.
So let me get back to what I was about to say. So I want you to understand, Matt and Trent, you guys are walking in lockstep with that level of intelligence.
Yes,
That is your sister in arms. That is your other half. That is the yin to your yang. I want you to understand that, right? That's the level of competency that MAGA creates. All crack fields, by the way.
Nah, real talk though. Real talk though, it's crazy, man, and it's sad. Like this past 5 weeks, I've been on here without a drink because I'm working on a conference, I have a lot of work. Yo, be on this shit and listen to these motherfuckers sober, it's crazy. This shit comes out of their mouth.
Now you know how I feel.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have Stockholm Syndrome. You literally talking about we have Stockholm Syndrome, calling this motherfucker your president. The motherfucker that wouldn't even piss on you if he was on fire walking down the street. Like, y'all niggas are the ones who are all fucking are the issue.
I need to clear something up. Did y'all remove her?
I think she left on her own.
Oh, okay.
She was chasing that rock, yo.
Okay.
And look, it's funny, right? When you look at the people that come in defense for these people and try to get within our community and tell us that we should be behaving differently, look at Joe B, perfect example. Another fucking agent.
Trump is the rock they fucking.
You know what I'm saying? Another agent. People struggle. Give her grace. Okay.
I mean, these people just don't know anything, man. Like, it used to upset me, it used to frustrate me, but I feel sorry for them. Like, they're victims too. They don't know they are, but they're victims too. They don't know anything, so they just say the first thing that comes to mind based on whatever lack of understanding that they have. It's sad, actually, and it's really fucking scary because we walk by them every day in the grocery store, sit next to them at work. And they're fucking dangerous people. Forget your ideology.
That when if
you don't, you just gotta live like you can't.
When you're
First lady, that's a rule.
You ain't lying about that.
When you are at, why do you guys do that in here?
What are you saying?
It's like as soon as people start talking, it's just.
Oh, that was my fault. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just wondering because it happens a lot. I'm just trying to figure out if you work with them, if you outside a clubhouse. Let's just say outside a clubhouse, because that's where my problem comes. I still have to work with some of these people, and I just can't do the way you guys do them in here. Oh, shut up! Oh, look, that's why your hair is nappy. Okay, that's why you're fat. That's why you got titties. You can't be.
You could, but you just won't have a job anymore.
Exactly. So that's why I'll just be like, oh, okay, then I'm glad I understand your point. Thank you. And that's just it. But all the name calling and stuff, trying to debase them, does that ever work? It's like, ma'am, okay, we got it. We understand. We don't agree with anything that you're saying, but, we hear you. And then just move on.
I totally understand what you're saying, right, Lisa? And in the past, I've never cared what party someone's, their political affiliation. But when we're dealing with these I'm gonna speak for myself. When dealing with motherfuckers who support this piece of shit, it's like to me saying to somebody back there in Nazi Germany that you support this regime, and someone's talking about it, and you're saying you should be having this conversation, right? So, like, I can't have a real conversation with these motherfuckers because unless I can, get a little sign that they're trying to learn something. Because we have the Manfinities, the Max, and all the other fucking retards who come in here who don't listen to the damn thing.
And why are you mourning? I'm just saying, I mean, I love you to death, but then you shouldn't be a mother. You say you can't have the conversation, because that's what we're here for. We're here to have the conversation. We're here to fight back.
We can have the conversation, but it's not going to be a conversation where I'm fucking speaking to them like they're one of my children or someone I give a fuck about. And I'm not going to tone myself down for that.
I got a problem because that young lady, I muted her and told her to land her plane. She was saying the same thing over and over again, and she was.
I hear you.
Yeah, Matrix got you.
In a voice or a tone that you can forget that. That's not going to happen. But if you want to come and you want to articulate what you have to say, then fine. You know, listen. What I'm not going to do is listen to a raging banshee screaming in my fucking ear. No, I'm not going to do that.
First lady, respectfully, she left. I just scrolled the chat to make sure her comments are still there. So after
I do nothing with her.
yeah, after she got muted,
I'm working over here.
now she in the chat saying I was kicked out. No, she just commented right now saying I was kicked out right now. Yeah, like how?
Express her views.
So that's what I'm saying.
Kicked out, we wouldn't be here, sister, because we didn't start a new space. Now you can come up if you can speak without yelling and screaming at the top of your lungs, then we're more than happy to hear you. But what we're not going to do is sit here and yell at each other. You're not my mother, okay? And I'm not yours. But we will have the forum here, period.
And nor are
That's
you.
all I was trying to tell you, First Lady. She wasn't kicked out. She just left. That's all.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. I mean, y'all said y'all didn't kick her out.
Yeah, she definitely.
I just know I placed her on mute, and next thing I know she was gone.
But she's not going to have any self-control. Believe that.
You know that's not true.
I think she got mad when you muted her, and that's when she left.
I'm not. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think happened. But here's the thing, Quinn. Maybe she didn't have the instructions ahead of time. Now that the instructions have been given, I'm willing to give a second chance. I don't mind giving a second chance.
Oh, I'm with you
So
on
let
that.
her come up and prove us wrong.
The last thing I will say is she had to be thrown down multiple times. I brought her back to the stage about
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was
you were gone for a little bit.
too tight. Like, I mean, you're a smart person just like everyone else here. You just,
Okay, I
she
wasn't
doesn't have the ability to reel herself.
Okay, I didn't know. I thought she had just came to the stage.
Yeah, no, Mel threw her down. Mel had to throw her down when she was in the room a couple times, yeah.
Oh, today?
Yeah, today, a little bit ago.
Oh,
Mel
wow.
was still here, yeah.
Like, you can do the thought experiment if you want, bring her back up. I guarantee you she'll start.
No,
yelling
I was
from
just
the
trying to appease Lisa because Lisa said she wanted to have the conversation with
No,
her.
I'm with it. Whatever y'all want to do, I'm just explaining that.
I'm in no position to say yeah or nay. I'm just the bystander. I'm just saying that I know, based on her personality,
She's going wild out.
that she is going to come up and yell because she can't contribute anything else from the aspect of
Okay,
just.
20th. They calling you out. They said you can't come up here and conduct yourself appropriately. I believe in you, sister. I believe you got the power. Come on up, sis.
And now she's lying in the chat. She said, I'll create this account on my second phone, but if you scroll up, you can see all the other comments from earlier.
That is true.
Like, what are you talking about?
So is that Sukala?
No.
Let's bring her up. We need, hey, bring her up. She's good
I
content.
did bring her up. In and out. I am going in and out. All right. I gotta go. My daughter's yelling at me. Sorry.
Yelling on comments.
I'm bringing her up right now.
Please.
I'm bringing her up right now. Where's she at?
Okay, so y'all don't be talking all over her though, okay?
No, we're just gonna give her the floor.
No, Lisa, that's for you. That's for you right here.
This is for
That's
your
you right here.
conversation.
You asked for it.
That's all you.
We're going on mute, and you're going to have your conversation with your friend.
I'm ready.
Come on, 20th. 20PH. Come on.
I'm over here doing my dance. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I invited her up a couple times. She didn't accept all the other ones when she got kicked down. I don't know where she at now.
Come
She's
on,
trying to get her raise back.
She better get that while Mel not here, because Mel ain't playing with her.
She's trying to get her raise back.
But some of those things, sis, I agree with what you say. We can't blame Trump today. Well, we can. I'm lying. Because he did do the cuts, which caused a lot of this chaos for them reacting in Texas and wherever. It's not just gonna be Texas now. Since he made all these cuts into FEMA, he made all these cuts into the forest system. He made a lot of cuts that affect the weather and how we monitor the weather and how we save people. That's what I'm blaming him about. He doesn't control the weather. He ain't no fucking magician. He ain't no magical orange man. But we do experience something called climate change. So when you know you're going through climate change, which the MAGAs don't believe in, maybe that's what starts the whole thing to go south and sour. You have to believe in a thing to do something about it. So here we are, and there's going to be more death. There's going to be more destruction because we're unable to succinctly, like we were before, monitor the weather. That's just.
No, well, here's the thing. Some of those cuts haven't taken place yet, but we're just speaking to the general ineptitude of this administration in general. It's like the fucking Gong Show. They've made cuts, to your point, but they don't see the importance of having people in the right places, and not only that, but having good people in the right places, people that have been cut from places that have been there for 20 to 30 years, who are absolute experts in their field, to have them replaced or cut out because of some perceived or concocted budget cuts is the reason why people are blaming this administration in general, because they're trying to cut it out, remove everything so that it looks inept, so that they can actually replace everything and privatize everything so they can make money from it. That is the general problem people have with this administration.
Right. That's it. Right. They're trying to. I'm sorry, New York. But like, yeah, you're right. No, he's exactly right.
But some of the budget cuts have been made, Quinn, and some of them are impacting us, right? Like they said about the weather balloons not able to go out as often to give up-to-date data for them to even have the data to make a decision on when to send out the alerts, or the key meteorologists who gives out the warning and determines at what level they should be at. Like him having to retire in April this year because of budget cuts. So some of them are impacting us, and we see them do this in other areas where they retracted certain things, made cuts as far as staffing goes, and then was begging for them to come back. I don't know if you remember that. That's been something that's been a signature of this administration.
Can we acknowledge?
I'm sorry, go ahead, brother.
I was going to say, can we acknowledge that a lot of those budget cuts, we're going to put that in quotation marks, are not actually legal because they were appropriated by Congress, and you just can't write executive orders and start cutting shit left and right.
Right.
So a lot of that stuff is not even legal, to be honest with you, which is why we have law.
Yeah, that reminds me of a conversation I had with Patty earlier this year, right? Where she was saying, basically Trump does shit, and then just watch it for the fallout, and then adjust, like, oh shit, that one was smart. And then read that, like, I didn't believe that at first, but the more I watch, he seems to randomly make cuts, do different things, and then whenever there's fallout, like, oh shit, fuck. And then they scramble, they cover it, then go ahead and proceed and do the whole shit all over again.
Right, and Jim and I, because my fault. I'm sorry. But yeah, Jim and I, you're right, because Trump doesn't believe in legislation. He doesn't even understand what that is. He believes in executive power. He doesn't, like, somebody throws a bill on his desk or whatever. All they got to do is compliment him, say, you're the greatest man of all time. You're the greatest president in the history of America. He will sign it. Like, he doesn't even... Like, look at Trump's business record, bro. He has never been successful at all. He's always been a scammer. He's maybe we know this more in Manhattan because we've been dealing with him since the 80s. But he's like, I don't understand how people voted for his.
I say the same thing all the time, bro.
But also, Jeremiah, what he's doing, right? By him doing that, he's clogging the courts, right? When the judge makes a decision, it rules against him. He just blames it on the judge, so he's not the one to blame for it.
Oh, this is very interesting. Yeah, this is very interesting.
He's a con artist, like, and it's just, this is why, like, I tell wifey, because I got a baby in the way. I got a girl in the way, whatever. So I tell her, like, you speak to her in Spanish, I speak to her in English. and she got to be bilingual by the time she's like 2 years old. We teaching her Mandarin, so we can get the fuck out of here and go to China. So we can get the fuck out of here and go to China. Cause Americans are just too dumb. How the fuck do we allow this monkey to be president twice? I don't understand
But
it.
you know what? You're afraid of the monkey when you should be afraid of the organ grinder. Trump is the monkey. The people behind him, you know what an organ grinder is, right? That's the one who has the machine and the monkeys are dancing. You need to be looking at Stephen Miller.
Stephen Miller, yeah. Oh, should I fuck with you?
Looking at the Heritage Foundation.
Stephen Miller's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, you're the organ grinders. Trump is the monkey. If you left him in there by himself without any of these people surrounding him, I guarantee you 90% of this shit won't be going down, because there is a website that's just shadowing everything that he's doing along with the Project 2025 Heritage Foundation's mission statement. So subtract that, and what kind of Trump do we have? Just think about it. Project 2025 and all his handlers, his organ grinders, his puppeteers, and who do we have?
Well, but in fairness, every president has that team of people around them, so we can't.
It's true.
Nothing like Stephen Miller. Yeah, remember Steve Bannon?
He's the one who, Steve Bannon is from the first term. He orchestrated all of this, and the first term he did the tax jobs, that tax thing, and are y'all forgetting about COVID? He ruined that without any of these people.
Right.
That's the most inflation. I mean, the most. Yeah, he fucked. He did, like with or without these people, he was going to do.
Well, they had an opportunity to plan.
Don't think he has handlers.
They didn't anticipate it.
He's not that smart. He's not that bright. He used Michael Cohen to really do a lot of his dirty work. He used a lot, like, what was that guy who went to jail? His business bookkeeper. That was him too. Weinstein. The brains.
The mastermind behind Trump and everything is Steve Bannon. He was there from the first.
Okay, I'm close to that. Yeah.
If you look at all the who was the mastermind behind all of this, it's him. He's the one who recruited people. He started from when the things that they couldn't get through last time. That's why he's so aggressive and fervent this time. So I think that, he has, but those people, I don't know if they can get elected. People like Trump. So that's why those people have been kept at bay, because they have these things, but they're not necessarily as likable as Trump. Trump is like lightning striking. That's why, honestly, I'm really starting to believe what my grandmother be saying and the Revelations, because this is really looking like some old Antichrist type shit. Floods, this nigga going crazy, fires, world. I'm sorry, it's too many clips of Revelations going on right now.
I'm sorry, Jimmy, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Right size ain't there yet. But I can tell you this, right? When you look at Trump, every president has advisors. We all know that, but he is a lot more easily manipulated because of his ego. Right?
And because of his lack of knowledge.
I was about to say that. His lack of knowledge and his ego is a deadly combination. So when you have somebody that all you have to do is stroke their ego a little bit and then give him enough filler information, surface level shit.
You don't even know when he's being played.
That's what I'm about to say. To do your bidding, then he's going to be happily doing it, and MAGA's going to be right behind them with they dumbass, because they just as gullible as him. And if he like it, they love it, right? Without any type of thought process or logic attached to it. They like it because he said it, that's it, right? And he likes it because his ego is manipulated and stroked, and they give me enough filler information that it aligns with MAGA and me, and that's it. So, although other presidents do have different advisors, he is the one that can be puppet mastered.
Yeah, no, he's useful. He definitely is a useful idiot. He's being parroted by, he's being used by the peripheral people around him, because they could never get elected into any office. So what they're not even interested in that, if the truth be told.
Areas enough They're not experienced enough to be elected on their own, so they're using him. And they were always, and the Heritage Foundation told us they were looking for anybody. They didn't care who it was that could carry out their mission. That's who they were looking for, okay? And they found Trump.
What Trump does that we have to give him and that we can't underestimate is, one second, Your Honor, I'm going to be super brief right here. It's just his charisma, right? I think it's his charisma that gives him, he has a certain little edge where he does his little stupid ass dance and.
You think that's charisma?
Yeah, I think he has a certain level of charisma that people, it's not intelligence.
No.
What would you think, man?
Of course, it's not intelligence.
I just think
y'all gotta understand. Trump was extremely famous. He was Kim Kardashian in the '80s. His name was big in his town. Like, that's what got him who he is or whatever. Trump has done. He bankrupted 10 companies, 5 of them casinos in Atlanta. How the fuck do you bankrupt a casino?
Well, he started with a lot of money. So, I mean, his family has a lot of money.
Daddy's money. His daddy's money.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. No matter how he got it, he started with a lot of money. He started in a place where he was able to make that manipulated. But the truth be told, he was not revered among the class of people that he wanted to be.
No, you're right.
We had to wait a whole generation. Trump was, you said right, in the 80s. Nobody fucked with him then. He had to wait a whole generation to a whole bunch of new people who weren't as familiar or, like you said, dumb to get him in. Y'all really gotta look at the play. Like this, like he had presidential aspirations at that time. You can go back and look at it. But nobody was going for that shit. He had to wait till we got dumbed down by computers, Chat GPT, and Google, and then get itself in there, and then had to finagle. I'm definitely not convinced that this wasn't a cheat this time. I won't be sworn capitals, but this definitely seems like a cheat this time. Then I mean, I just think when we say, I don't want us to be fooled into thinking that this is charisma. We know what charisma looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like we have people. I think this is just these motherfuckers forced their will on us. Like they really did.
No. You haven't seen another president on television with a repeat series. That's never happened before, right? We never seen another president with, we haven't. Name it.
I'm just comparing. Repeat series.
We haven't seen The Apprentice. We haven't seen another president with this cult-like following that is so blind to anything.
Y'all was gonna say Reagan.
Yeah, I was about to say Reagan.
I mean, because when you think about all this,
Let me finish real quick, Jess. So I'm saying, if you were to deny, like, that's one thing I think we're weak on. We can't deny certain things because then you can't combat it. If you're like, oh, you just not, you need someone equally charismatic or more charismatic to beat him. Just being logically sound and having a straightforward, logical plan, you need an X factor, right? Because a lot of the people that are adhering to his message are not necessarily logically processing things. They're just looking at him and listening to him and following him like a cult leader.
They're also there's a couple of things that we need to remember, right? So this idea that he was somehow installed by other people who saw him as a vehicle for power, like, just remember what his candidacy looked like when he was first running. Okay, he half-assed a couple times, threw his name out there, but when he actually ran, for election in 2016, there was not a bunch of people rallying around Donald Trump. He started way back in the polls. He was a joke. They were laughing about Donald Trump running.
That is true.
I just want to apologize for I was kicked out. I made 3 accounts. I was on an Android and I didn't know how to navigate.
What are we doing?
Someone kicked me out. But I'm going to stop. I want to do that. If I could, I'm going to stop.
Wait. You gotta let somebody talking. You gotta let somebody finish talking.
Brother, I'm just.
It's muted. Okay, I solved the problem. So,
don't put her down. It's so hard to get on. Damn it. Go ahead.
Then bring her back up after. I'm not gonna.
You got it. I don't blame you, brother. I don't blame you.
And I was kind about it.
No, you're right. You're right.
So let me say what I was trying to say. So it took a long time for people to rally around him, and he knew something about the electorate that, frankly, I didn't think he had a chance to know. I was wrong.
But he knew some of the power dynamics of the country and what was exploitable, and he exploited the fuck out of it. But he was never, ever, ever ideological. What he's always cared about is power, right? It's just naked power. That's it. So the ideologues see him as a vehicle, and then every time one of those ideologues is a little too big for their britches, because he's like, oh yeah, I'll do what you want, and then they try to really control him, they get booted, which is why he has almost no advisors that have actually carried over across both administrations, right? Stephen Miller is smart. He knows no one likes his ass, so he shuts the fuck up and he gets what he wants, as much as possible, by just being consistent, sucking up, doing that whole thing. And those are the people who are still around. And most of them, the people who tried to do anything else, and there's a long ass list, they all got shit canned. Like, they're all gone. All of them. Any single one of them. John Kelly, Rex Tillerson, like, the list is a very, very, very long list.
Right. And Rex Tillerson call him an idiot.
So we gotta be honest about, like, who he is. Like, he's not particularly smart. He doesn't have like particular policy aims other than make me as powerful as possible.
There you go.
And so we need to always interpret Donald Trump in terms of power, not in terms of policy. And I think it's a mistake when we do otherwise.
I still don't think that doesn't. I mean, I agree, but that doesn't make him like a charismatic person. And I think we lose when we start giving into that type of thing, because that's not logical. Like, nothing about Donald Trump makes sense, and I think that's just our desperation to figure out why people made the choices that they did, that we have to try to make some sense of it by saying, well, he is charismatic. He's not smart. He's not any of the things. A lot of these people just really hate a lot of other people, and that's something that we have to reckon with that. A lot of people hate black people, a lot of people hate immigrants, a lot of people hate trans people.
And they love
and they love that he was the vehicle to say it out loud and make it seem like, oh, I don't care. It's not really anything about him, I don't think. I think that he's saying the things that people really want to say out loud, and that decorum has kept people from saying for the last 25, 30 years.
Yeah, but Jeff, don't you think that's charisma for a certain type of person? Like, don't you think there's a kind of, like, racist, for example, who feels like they're not doing as well as they're supposed to be doing, and it's everyone else's fault? Don't you think that he comes across as charismatic to that work thinking?
I just think that's identification. That's just like if I say, like if me and you don't really agree on anything, but you hate fucking Asians, and I'm the presidential candidate, and I come up here and, I'm not really talking about anything else, but I say, I hate fucking Asians, and you say, that's just me identifying with you. It's not necessarily that I hooked you in, it's just something about this guy. No, he just said the thing that I really want to say, and I'm too much of a punk or too much of a bitch to do it, and he's saying it on a national scale. Maybe some people think he's charismatic, but I just think he's a hater, and a lot of people hate other people, and they're like, ooh, a nigga I can hate with. That's the oldest American tradition in the book, is to gather up with a whole bunch of other people and hate on another group of people.
Am I just speak? Because I got work. I got you, shorty. I got you, shorty. I got you. After me, I got you, shorty. I got you.
All right, after you, because she's been waiting to speak, and Lisa want to have this conversation. So.
Okay,
no, I'm not. I'm not actually streaming this, Steven. I'm streaming Clubhouse at the present moment.
Terrific point, bro. No, he does not really have charisma. He said what racist people have been wanting to say out loud when he was on a national stage for. But like, able to think, like. It's kind of beyond.
They're talking. Steven is talking about me.
I live alone my ass or whatever. Illinois Congressman since the '80s. Like, we know he's a scammer. But like,
what? Yes. Wake up.
Yes, I'm running for Congress in the state of Illinois.
Well, you are, or you're a candidate?
I'm a candidate.
Jesus Christ. Not very great in your profile.
Steven's like a school child, a little girl. Kick him!
Jesus Christ. Not very great. Steven's like, a little child, little girl. Kick him! What is that? Well, I mean, dude, it's like weird. It's Canada. On a serious. What on God's green earth? Isn't it weird? Is it weird to have this in your profile, John Kitover?
Kick me.
Like people can see
Kick
shit,
him!
like
Kick him!
what Trump did was he, just like Just was saying, like he
It's
just,
the 149
he
shots
was just racist out
they take.
loud.
Pretty
He
sure
exposed
nothing
the
else has
fact that most
changed.
Americans,
It's obvious
especially white
doctors
people,
have
are
been far
racist
more
or whatever.
profiting off
Like,
the
like
death
they,
and destruction
and
of
then
people
think
the
about
last
this.
4
Think
years.
about this. He, like somebody was saying to me, like, oh, Chase, he can't be racist because he freed Kodak Black and Young Boy, whatever. Don't you know that's a red herring, bro? Like he knew dumb niggas was gonna hear that shit and say like, oh, well, he can't be racist, Chase. Like, no, like, so you're right, Just. You know, you're exactly right. Like, so he is not really caring. He is not charismatic
All right,
at all.
come on, my next one, brother. Come on.
I'm done. Go ahead.
Well, the thing is, like, the second one.
No. Go ahead, 20th.
You know what? I appreciate you, and I want to say, Lisa, were you the one that was speaking up? Because you know what? I have so much work to do, and I can't believe I've been sitting here for an hour to come in this room. I don't come to your clubhouse usually when I do come. I come from astrology. First of all, let me say this to you. I'm hardcore black MAGA. I love black people. You don't know me, but you're going to know me. The world going to know who I am because I am going to liberate black people.
Is an elite homo.
What Democrats do is they pimp black pain. Democrats have done nothing but harm black people. I got upset. It was natural. I apologize because I'm sick of my people being pimped. We've been here for 400 years and we last 500 years. And how the fuck we still last after 500 years? Because we've been lied to and bamboozled. I'm a Republican. Republican is less government and entrepreneurship. I fuck with Donald Trump hardcore. If you were paying attention, you'll start taking advantage of the things that he's doing for the American people. First of all, birthright citizenship was enacted in 1866. The 14th Amendment was for black Americans, descendant of child slavery. Who's benefiting from civil rights? What Negro descendant of child slavery is benefiting from civil rights that were enacted for enslaved people, enslaved persons? I'm sorry I'm getting angry because I'd be embarrassed by the ignorance. How Donald Trump, first of all, the thing with them little girls, I have a daughter and a son, they grown. Had that happened to me, I woke up this morning thinking the pain that these parents must experience because their daughters died. And I come in the room and talk about Donald Trump is responsible for the little girl dying. That's crazy to me. Common sense. If I have a camp by the lake, there should be due diligence and procedures.
You got common sense. Every echelon of another in the process. Why do you listen to this nonsense? He is the virus. Does he have anything to say about the current Nazi versus? Does he have anything to say about the national debt? Anything to say that is patriotic?
I came back because the sister spoke up for me. Sister, I got next to the door, started an hour ago. She spoke up for me. I appreciate you. I went and got my Android phone, didn't know how to use it. I was sitting there trying to come back and forth. Then I left, took the app out and redid it so I could come back because somebody kicked me out. So people saying, what's upsetting to me, and let me say this to you because y'all don't know this. In America, Jews are at least percentage of this company, of this country. They run this country. You know what? Please allow me to finish. Let me finish. We don't want to let why we laugh. Why we laugh? Let me show you why we laugh. Why we laugh? Because I'm behavior.
Now y'all done turned her up. See, now y'all done turned her up.
But you don't want to hear me though. I'm trying to fool you. I gotta do this for my people. I gotta beg my people. I gotta beg my people to give me upgrades.
Listen to me. Listen to me, sis. Hold on.
I'm trying to give you an analogy and tell you something.
Okay, wait a minute. Miss 20th, listen to me. I gotta give you the rules. We have Jewish people here. We have Jews here. So when you're trying to explain something, Don't attack other groups, right? Just say what you have to say. That's all I'm asking them.
I'm the worst streamer ever, huh? I guess
So
I
you can
am.
go ahead and say what you gotta say.
I think I am the worst
But let's
streamer
not,
ever.
attack somebody else based off of what you're trying to prove, okay?
Are you working out?
Go ahead, continue free.
I'm not attacking you. To the Jews in the room, my daughter was a kind. She
Shut the hell up.
And see, y'all think I'm attacking people. I'm giving them their props. Because you're so used to want to fight with somebody. I'm giving you props. I'm telling you how they winning. That's why they behavior, why they run this country, because of their behavior. To the Jews in the room, my daughter wears a tie, and she biracial, and she cosplays as a Jew in Williamsburg. She actually vacationing in Los Angeles right now. Anyway, listen. I can't get it. And it's hard. I know we've been living in captivity. I understand by your position. My daughter grew up privileged in LA. She moved to New York, and matter of fact, me and her got into an argument. She said black people in the hood, she said, oh, they suffering from systematic oppression and poverty. But when she graduated, she did her thesis on what was it? When people went, what is it called? When people go into your areas and they take over, what's it called?
Gentrification.
She did, and so she's a biracial child who grew up in Los Angeles, privileged. She went to New York and she said, oh, mommy, it's systematic oppression. It's systematic poverty. That's where I came from. I'm from the Bronx, New York. That's where I came from.
Shit.
I ain't lay down. I ain't lay down.
That's yours right there.
No,
Don't tell where you from about that. You know, you gotta that's your sister.
Much for me, I appreciate it.
She would have said Brooklyn, I would have had to take that. Y'all gonna have to take that like this.
You need to calm down.
So as a response to the Bronx situation, first of all, a lot of us in this room already understand these concepts. They've been debunked. We didn't learn anything respectfully. We know this stuff. We've heard it all before. This is nothing new. Perhaps you should listen to this room a lot more and see what the people in this room talk about. And I'm talking about people in this room are way more intelligent than I am. Like, I'm kind of like dumb. And I've heard the people in this room and I'm like, so it's amazing what they know and what I learned from listening to the individuals in this room. So I would say, ma'am,
She's not here.
we're not learning. Oh, okay. Well, she's not here. Well, basically, I was trying to tell her that we really didn't learn anything, to be honest.
And do you really have to respond to that? Just move on, man.
Everything needs a Yeah, I did.
You need to be quiet because you respond to the dumbest shit.
I don't respond to everything. I'm
You do. Yes, you.
That is true as well.
Yeah, but honestly, Royal, you are actually smart. I'm not going to take that from you. I've heard you talk a couple of times. You're smart. But I'm not sure about Trump.
Hey, yo, fam, you gotta make sure you don't echo so much, man. You on the transistor radio or something.
I'm in the gym, actually, and I'm the only one in there. So bear with me for 1 second.
Where?
The issue of Trump being charismatic. I'm in the gym. I'm the only one in there, actually. So the issue of Trump being charismatic, he is charismatic.